Hello everybody and welcome to the AFO Dutch Grand Prix for Zandvoort here in Season 3. We're just coming up to the tail end of the triple header and currently in the home grounds of the reigning champion and the current champion leader Jaap Wagenvoort and his son Simon Wagenvoort. So it's a home Grand Prix for these two. As you can see, track layout very similar to how they run it in Formula 1 in real life, and as it stands, Jaap Wagenvoort leads the Drivers' Championship by 13 points. However, Blue Ridge leads the Team Championship by 26 points. So while the gap at front in the Drivers' Championship is actually quite, I'd say, achievable, let's just say the gap in the Constructors is maybe not too difficult to achieve. So let's keep an eye on that. I'm currently in the commentary box with, as usual, the Aeron team owner and official F Motorsports pundit, Luckdini. So Luckdini, if you could say a little hi, that'd be great. Hello.
Yeah, sorry, my microwave has just caught fire, so I'm gonna have to go sort that out. But I will be like 2 minutes.
That's pretty awful. So let's hope you don't die.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, currently on board with Jorge, and let's bring up the best laps. And as you can see, Jaap Wagenvoort is currently in pole position. So towards the start of this session, we were saying that Jaap is looking a bit off the hook. He looks like he's unable to chain up a lap together. But right now, currently sat in P1. His son Simon Wagenvoort P2, Simon in P3, Jorge in P2, Aljrum Kunaz in the Out for Blood Racing team in P4, and Evan Pardy in P5. Now, endurance is obviously going to be a factor in today's race. A lot of these drivers have just come off the back of a sprint race in the World Touring Car Series. Make sure to go and give them a join if you haven't already. And therefore, like I mentioned, endurance is definitely going to be a talking point. So let's see exactly how these drivers are going to cope through the very demanding circuit that is the Circus Zandvoort. Let's go a bit through the field. The KV is currently sat in 6-7. Murat in P8 for his new team at Aeron, and we got Joshi Mandelbaum in the Dark Star in 9th place. Hax Fatash making his debut, official racing debut this season for Tiger Sport. Tiger Sport finally running a couple of drivers, so it'll be interesting to see how Hax does today. I think he may be the sole Tiger Sport out on track today, so it'll be good to see if he can get some points. Jacob Formy, meanwhile, has always been setting the pace out front for the OFB team, but it seems like he's swapped places with Alj and is now fighting towards the back, trying to get an actual tangible lap on the board. Cash Aiello in P12 and Carol Drodz in P13, reserving in the Sky Clan, who appears to have the wrong livery on, but and that probably is my fault. So yeah, 13 drivers out today. Mason Clark now just crossing the line to set of 14. So it looks to be that Mason on the pace, obviously making, I say on the pace, he's just set up 130. What am I talking about? These are very pre-recorded lines coming out of my mouth. But what I was going to say was, Mason definitely not on the pace, and he'll need to get a move on if he wants to meet the 107 rule. So Luckers, if you'd like to just quickly talk to the viewers while I check the volume of the stream and also what the 107 is for today.
Absolutely. So the 107 is 107% of the lead time, or the pace, for lack of a better word. So I'm not very good at maths, so I can't figure that out myself. But yeah, so you need to be within that gap or you won't be able to participate in the race. As we found out last week at Donington Park with Simon Darkstar, who was just over the cusp of the 107 rule and was therefore not allowed to race. So that is a rule we have in place here to sort of keep the grid as close as we can. And it works. So, and anyone that's wondering, my microwave is fine. It's just on fire. So yeah, that's been sorted out now.
Absolutely. And everyone in the stream chat, do let us know if the sound quality is maybe not up to par. We'd love to know if you guys can let us know if we're maybe too loud, if we're too quiet. It'd be great. We can get that fixed, and then we won't have a harsh awakening at the end of the session. But yeah, Jaap Wagenvoort currently on for another purple sector. He's had a yellow, a bit of a mare in sector 2 though, a bit of a lock-up going into the cheeky S's corner there. And now, following up into the well, what is that? It's sort of the banking corner. So let's see exactly what he has to offer coming down into the start-finish straight here. What is it going to be? Is it going to be an improvement on his lap time? It's looking likely. No, it's a little bit slower, and that lap would have set him in second, which is still pretty impressive for Jap. But Jap never wants second; he wants first, and that's where he's sat at the moment.
Absolutely, both results looking very good for both Wagenvoorts out on track right now. It's their home race, so they'll be looking to improve. All eyes are on them. So Jap has to keep his head down. He's got a Way Caro, very competitive around this track. But as we know, you have to be careful around some of them. So.
Absolutely, and the 107 has just come in, and it will be a 1 minute 29.1. So that means everyone bar Mason Clark qualifies for the race at the moment. So if Gene Hernandez wants his driver to be participating tonight, he needs to tell him to make a move on, because the lap he's got right now will definitely not get him in to the race. In fact, I think 89 is a bit generous in my opinion, but you know, sorry, 29.1 is a bit generous. It means a lot of people are getting in, but hey, what can you do? As long as these lot keep it clean, that's all that matters.
It's in the background, my monitor there, I can just see Hax Fatash have a little bit of an instant. And
oh my goodness me, and as we know, over the fence means you are out of the race. So, he needs to make sure he keeps it clean. He has been taught very vocal about struggling to keep like a consistent push rate during the race. Like a couple of laps, yes. A lot of laps, it's very difficult. So it'll be interesting to see how his endurance lasts throughout the course of the race. But yeah, currently sat in 10th, which is genuinely not a bad position. It still means he gets points. Let's see how he does. Meanwhile, Ryan Hawk up into 4th, and a bit of a contact there with Simon Wagenvoort. That's a bit of a friendly. Is that a sign of things to come? Ask. Is that a sign of things to come, Luckers? We don't exactly know. I mean, these two have never really had any issues on track, but they're gonna be as things stand, they're gonna be on the second row of the grids for this official race start. I'm curious as to how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, in both drivers' eyes, you don't want to crash on a hot lap, but they're both in a good position right now. And Simon, if there's one place there's going to be issues, it's going to be here for Simon. So Simon definitely needs to keep his head down, not make any silly issues with anyone else. But he's doing good so far. It's Jorge Caro with an absolute blinder.
Goodness me, Jorge with an insane lap to bring him up into pole. And apparently my CPU occupancy is over 99%, so we might lose coverage at some random point.
Yeah.
I'm working on getting that down, but that is an insane lap, and that puts him in pole position. Unbelievable stuff from Jorge, who's just come off the back of a win in WTCS, and is now business as usual in AFO. So insane work. I don't think.
Keep your eyes on. It's Jet Wagenvoort. Still got a lap behind him.
Still has a lap indeed. So yeah, just go on board with Jaap Wagenvoort, the reigning champion and the current championship leader. He'll be wanting to make sure he gets ahead of Jorge, but Jorge knows what's at stake here. He knows that he's currently at disadvantage in the championship, to the point where even his teammate Evan Pardee is ahead of him in the standings. So a pole will mean absolutely everything to him, and a clean getaway would mean a very clean number of points. And Jaap knows this, so he'll be wanting to make sure he gets the pole position as well. So around the final few corners on the banking, where is Jaap going to put his car? He aborts the lap. Joao. And that means that Jorge is going to be on pole position. And I mean, I don't want to play devil's advocate, but was that on purpose? Does Jaap believe he's got a better chance in the inside line? I don't know. I don't really think that's what he's thinking. I think he's just mucked the lap up. But that means that Jorge's on pole. Jaap Wagenvoort in second, Simon Wagenvoort in third, Ryan Hawk in fourth, Ausrum Kunas fifth, Evan Pardee sixth, Petar Prentić in seventh, Murat Goodman in P8, Joshi Mandelbaum P9, Hax Fatash P10, Jacob Formy P11, Cash Aiello in P12, Carol Drodds in P5, and that means Mason Clark with a 130.2. It means he will be removed from the session from failing to meet 107. What do you think of that qualifying session?
Well, you know, Zandvoort's always an entertaining track. And I think that could have been a bit of mind games from Jap. He obviously, you know, when you're Jap Wagenvoort, you want to be on pole, but around this track, maybe second is a safer option. You know, you got to keep to yourself on this track. So maybe Jap, granted his last lap wasn't the greatest, so this could be strategy by Jap.
It could be strategy.
But also another good result for Orjum Kunas as well. I'm quite surprised.
Yes, Orju's been having a very shocking a couple of races. Obviously, the stuff in Donington completely not his fault. We clearly saw that, you know, he didn't really have much of a choice. He hit his pit button. I'm not sure why exactly you'd have that binded to somewhere where you could easily hit it during a race. But what matters is that he hit it, and that means he was unable to fight for the podium positions with Petar. So, and I just. So yeah, Carol Drodds asking if he's made the 107. Literally by the skin of his teeth. But yeah, let's have a look and see what the chat are saying. We've got Crapstonian saying, "Good luck, Unks. Jorge will win. Trust." We're also seeing a lot of chat for. I've just noticed I put the countdown for 5 minutes. I apologize.
Yeah. But it gives them a chance to sort themselves out before the race.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, if anything, it's just, you know... Oh, yep. If you guys are wondering why there are 3 Lamborghinis at the back, we had a bit of extra budget, so we've decided to go all out for the for the safety cars. But yeah, so... Seems like we've not got any good, like, cameras for the start-finish, so... Not entirely. Oh, there we go.
There's one.
We'll go on board with Ryan. So yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, who's your money on, Luckers?
Well, you know, it's very easy to say Jack Wagenvoort, but I do honestly think we could see Simon Wagenvoort win a race today.
You think?
And I can also see Ryan Hawke making his way up into a high position as well. Maybe second. I can't see him winning. But, you know, if I'm being brutally honest, I don't think Jorge Caro can keep it round here in a race.
Yeah, me neither, to be honest. I think it's going to be a little, you know, it's going to be asking quite a lot from Jorge to try and win this one. Obviously, a lot of pressure is on him in the sense of he needs to get a good result here. I can't emphasize that enough. He needs to get a good result here, because if he doesn't, the championship, even though we're only on round 3, is starting to look very, very slim. You know, we have 2 races every round, and each round counts for not podium places, but full points. And that means that if you have 2 shockers of a races, you are technically 2 races behind. You know, so. It really, really matters that he gets a good finish here today. How about Evan, Luckers? Evan is currently in second in the Drivers' Championship. He's only 13 points behind Jap in the World Championship. Do you think that this could be a round today? Maybe not specifically this race, but race 2. Could that be something of debate for Evan to try and extend his lead?
Yeah. I mean, definitely. He had a very good Melbourne. Very good second race Melbourne, and a decent, I would say decent Donington Park session for him as well. So he's definitely got the pace. He needs to find it, and he needs to concentrate, which is quite hard for that man.
Yeah, of course. So I'm curious. I'm very curious. And obviously we've got the live timing up. We know exactly what to do. I'm just sort of speaking to myself. But what does matter is, you know, A lot of expectations on today. Let's talk about Murat Goodman, P8, off the back of a pretty shocking driver move, and at first it didn't really make much sense, but now with CHP not even making a race start due to Mason Clark be unable to race today as a result of not meeting the 107, it looks like he's maybe made the right move for his career. It might be a bit biased to ask the team owner himself, but what exactly do you think about this?
Well, if I'm being completely uncut here, when as a team owner, from a team owner's perspective, when I look at a driver and I look at Murat Goodman, I don't see anyone more dedicated than him. So I went straight for him, and there was no fight put up by CHP to let him move. So there was clearly some internal issues at CHP, and he's made the move to Aaron, and he's loving it there. So it's good for him.
Absolutely. So I'm excited to see what he does today. I think as we all are, and yeah. Whew. We're getting close. 40 seconds to go.
Here we go.
Where I'm honestly, like, it's got to the point now where it is a hands rubbing moment. I can't lie. It's proper fun. It is tasty. It's really fun. So I'm excited to see what happens today. We've got a very, very like far panned out camera, but I guess that means you can see absolutely everything that happens at the start. So without further ado, 20 seconds to go till the start of the race. Everyone's supporting their favorite drivers in the chat. We've got cheers from Brazil, we've got fans for Joshi, Jorge, Jap, but right now all that matters is what happens out in front. Remember at FIA to get your cars off the grids, and it's lights out and away we go for the start of the Dutch Grand Prix. It's a good start from Jorge down into the first corner, and Jap looks to see if he can hang a move around the outside. I'm going to quickly move my car into the pits. But it looks like a very clean getaway, and a surprisingly clean getaway for the AFO grids. Down they go into the banking straight. Jorge still out in front, but Jap close on his tail, and looks to be a bit of a calamity at the back. Oh my goodness me. And they've somehow kept it going. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but it looks to be the Tiger Sport of Hacks and the Aeron of Murat tangling up there. They've kept it going though, so no need for a safety car at the moment. Jorge Caro leads ahead of Jap, ahead of Ryan, Simon Wagenvoort, and Evan Pardy. So it looks to be a bit of a bad start from Auge, and a bit of a bad start from Simon, which has allowed Ryan and Evan to get out up ahead. Insane start, Luckers, take it away.
Well, that was just absolute cinema from Jorge Caro. He sort of kept it away from Jap, which is very hard to do around this track. So Jorge Caro's had a fantastic start, so has Simon. But yeah, Brian Hawk and further down have had a bit of a dismal first couple of corners, but it allowed Jorge Caro to get free air. He's now got Jap Wagenvoort chasing him down.
Absolutely, and it seems to be like it's going the full wire, and let's see Simon Wagenvoort in front of the home crowd. He makes a move to get back up into P3. What a move from Simon! He outdrafts the tie, but here comes Ryan Hawk. It looks like they made a bit of contact that slowed both the cars down, and that might allow Evan Pardy to have a bit of a say in the conversation. These two need to keep it clean, because losing time in these corners means the rest of the field is going to catch up, and Evan is now looking to see if he can make a move on the KV car of Ryan Hawk. Ryan, who has had a very unlucky start to the season, will be wanting to make sure he keeps his car in the conversation for at least a few more laps. Currently sat in P4, a good haul of points would go his way, and as things stand, a decent starting position in the reverse grid as well. It looks to be that the number 11, Murat Goodman, having another bit of a shocker. It looks like he's had a bit of an accident, and that's allowed Joshi Mandelbaum to get in front. And all I can really say to Murat is there is a race too, so don't worry if it's not going your way right now. Meanwhile, Jorge's still out in front. Jap now trying to see if he can maybe eye up the Blue Ridge Racing car, as he knows that Jorge's going to take a bit of points out of his lead here. And they're also going to start extending the advantage for the Blue Ridge Racing team. But yes, I mean, tell me, Lucas, what do you think of that start? It's surprisingly, we obviously had a couple of collisions, but it's not been horrendous. The driving standards. As here goes Auge down the inside of the person in second in the Drivers' Championship. Auge showing how it's done, and he gets out in front. So yeah, but Evan looks to see if he can make another move down the inside. He thinks the better of it. And Elliot Vega, who I thought had joined somehow, like Avengers Doomsday, but you know, I don't think that's happening anymore. Oh no! It looks like Evan's tagged. Ouch there. Ouch, however, still keeps it going. I think he's going to lose P6 though to Jacob Formey, his teammate. But that looked to be like a bit of a mistake from Evan there. Evan looks to have tagged Ouch, and now the two OFBs are together. Luckily, it's Jacob who is behind him. So I don't think he's going to go too ham on his teammate at the moment. Clearly, Ouch has got the better pace. So it's just going to be a case of working together and trying to close that gap again. But I mean, what do you think, Luckers? Who was at fault there?
Yeah, that was a bit of a... Oh, speaking of everybody's gone round.
Oh, goodness me! And fumbling under pressure, Evan. He goes into the grass, and he's lost P7. And now Hacks Fatash has gone ahead of the Blue Ridge Racing driver. Which, I mean, I was saying this in the driver's briefing. Drive your own race, and the positions will literally come towards you. They will present themselves to you. If you drive a clean race, Jacob Formey, who was not on pace in qualifying, not on pace at the start, he's just kept his nose clean, and now he's in 6th. So it's all about keeping your nose clean. Meanwhile, Petar Prentić, I'm not entirely sure what happened to him. I think he got involved in the lap 1 incident, but that's as a result got him down in P11s, which I'm sure he's not very happy with. But I think it just means that genuinely only one of the KVs can ever like do well. I think it's just a curse that they're gonna have to go with for the rest of the season. And we see some. Before I pass the mic to Lucker, because I need to go to get a drink of water. We've got someone in the chat saying they're watching the Daytona 24 Hours and AO4 at the same time. So I'm loving to see your priorities there. It's very, very beautiful. And yeah, well, Luckers, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, in the back of my camera, I could just see Peter Prentić. He looks to be sort of... Oh my God, someone's off. That's a really good one. Yeah, Peter Prentić seems to be just sort of cruising at his own pace now. He's not down where he wants to be. But in regards to the front of the field, it looks to be Jorge Caro is pulling a gap on Jack Wagenvoort. My timing sheet says it's gaining about 10. Get the words out right. Get about a 10th a lap on Jack Wagenvoort now, so that's very surprising. That pace from Jorge Caro, although he did show it in qualifying. So this is giving Simon Wagenvoort a chance to catch up to his... if anyone doesn't know, that's his father in 2nd place. So yes, Simon is the descendant of Jack Wagenvoort in 2nd. So
and I don't think I'll ever get tired of that, to be honest.
Definitely not. Especially around here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, keeping on with the rest of the field, let's have a quick look and see what's going on. Let's see Hacks Fatash. It looks like he's now lost the position to Evan, currently on the tail end of the Blue Ridge racing car, but I think he'll just be interested in driving his own race at the moment. Tiger Sport at the moment, who are kind of fighting towards the back of the grid, so their priorities will just be on getting a few points here and there and making sure they stay in the fight for not dead last. But other than that, what else have we got going on? Looks like there's a bit of a fight for P9 and P10. Cash Aiello in the SRT. Obviously, SRT won the Constructors last season, and now they're in a they're sort of in a riches to rags sort of story, Luckers. Almost as if they've clearly had a bit of damage done, but these two drivers had a lot of strong pace in pre-season, and it just seems like it's just all sort of gone away, which I really do feel for them. It must be very frustrating just not having the answers to the lack of pace and the lack of competitiveness within the team. But Cash has shown time and time again that he has, the guts, and he wants to wait it out and see how much more he can contribute to this team before maybe he thinks it's time to switch and go elsewhere. But at the moment, he's defending against Joshi Mandelbaum in the KDR Dark Star. So let's keep an eye on those two, and keep in mind Petar Prentić behind as well, these lot as well. The top three still very, very close together. So genuinely keep an eye on this battle up here. But yeah, it seems I wouldn't say that the action's starting to die down, but I definitely say it's very tense in the sense of everyone's just sort of everyone's sort of waiting on a mistake now. I think the pace is sort of very consistent. I will say one thing though, Simon started to gain on Jap. Yeah, Simon started to gain on his dad there. Do you think, Luckers? Do you think a move could be in the works, or is that a bit too messy?
Well, I did ask this in the driver's brief, and I said, well, what if Jap crashes into Simon? I said there'd be no dinner on the table for Simon. But, you know, I have no doubt in my head that these two will keep it clean. I wouldn't be surprised if Jap lets Simon pass it, to be fair, but...
And genuinely, yeah, this is like family goals, I can't lie. As Simon looks to see if he can make a move on his old man, but Jap thinks the better of it. He odds it. Elliot Vega once again pounding for desperation at the turn, but I don't think he's able to get into the race. And Simon, yeah, Jap lives to fight another day. And I never thought I'd say this, but Simon's really, really racy at the moment. It looks like he's got better pace than Jap at the moment, and I think he could be onto something here. He just needs to hold his cards right, see what happens, and I'm glad that Jap at the same time, while he's being clean, he's not just giving the position up. He wants to fight for this as much as Simon does. What they do need to make sure is that they don't take time out of each other and give Jorge more of an advantage. Speaking of advantage, Ryan Hawk's advantage seems to have given away a wee bit, as Auge now eyeing up the P4. So interesting to see what happens here. Obviously Ryan, one of the few drivers who's actually stayed on with his team, KV Motorsport, and last time he was racing Auge was driving for SRT, and now he's driving for OFB. Is the mentality switch going to be any different, or do you think it's just going to be same old racing, Luckers?
Same old racing. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. If I know these guys, I know they keep the same sort of cool head, so yeah, I really wouldn't be surprised if we see the same sort of thing here.
Yeah, and while there was a lot of conversation around Auge and the move he made on Jap in the season opener, I think everyone's sort of looked past it now, and they know that Auge he genuinely is here to race. It might have just not seemed that way at first, but you know, he's clearly committed. He's interested, and he's looking to see if he can eye up a move right now. And don't you worry, I am keeping an eye on the timings out in the top 3 fight. I'm monitoring the situation as we speak. But this seems to be the closest battle at the moment, so let's see what happens. Obviously, this is a very dangerous spot to try and look for an overtake, but it's all down to just complete mistake, in my opinion. If there's a mistake made by any of these drivers, and it looks like Carroll has DNF'd, so we're down to just 12 drivers now. If any of these lot try make a move and it doesn't work for them, it's gonna end in haste. And like as I spoke too soon, a bit of contact from Auge. Auge, however, slows down. He doesn't overtake. It's a bit of sportsmanship from Auge there. Keep letting Ryan keep the position, and I think Ryan will appreciate that, as he's allowed to fight for another day. Anyway, let's go back on board with the top 3. Jorge still leading out in front. Immense pressure from the 2 home heroes here in Zandvoort, but he seems to be he seems to be keeping all his feet right at the moment. Doesn't seem to be having any issues, and it seems to be working out for Jorge.
Yeah, I mean, Jorge's got a long road ahead of him now. Still 5 minutes left in this race, and that's, I want to say, the equivalent to about 3 or 4 laps. So Jorge really does have to keep his head down. The pressure right now for him must be immense.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. Immense, definitely. But he seems to be coping with the pressure very well. I mean, the only 2 other drivers I can really see under pressure is obviously Yap, under pressure from his own son, and then we've got the Ryan trying to defend from Auge, and then it looks to me that Hax is still hanging on to Evan. So although the gap is not maybe nearly as close as what we're seeing with these lot, it genuinely seems that they're keeping themselves in the fight here, and it's only a matter of time, I think, before a move is made or someone snaps, because this is a lot of pressure to be under. I'm sure you've done a bit of racing before, and here goes Auge down the inside, tries to see if he can make a move. He looks like he's a bit forced a bit off track. And I don't know if that was just because it looked like Ryan maybe forced him off. I'm not sure that was the case. I think he just didn't have enough turn-in while making the move, and it looks like he's just gone off as a result there. But he lives to fight another day, and he's definitely still got Ryan in his crosshairs, so do not count him out just yet. Let's go back on board with Jap. And I think Jap's genuinely in a bit of a pickle at the moment, because I know he wants to go for the win, but if he makes any stupid move, he's going to allow Simon to get through, which, while he isn't something that he's going to be too upset with at the end. In fact, dare I say, even be happy. At the moment, it's only round 3. Every single point matters, and you can't count anybody out just yet.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
and
tell me what you think.
Jack Wagenvoort is a man that won't make a stupid lunge. He won't make a silly mistake, and he'll keep his head cool and he'll keep his head down, especially when he's got Simon behind him. So I do think the top 3 could get a bit interesting towards the end of the race, but Audrey and Kunas, as well as Ryan Hawke, will also spice up a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, if you're watching the stream, get your predictions in the chat. Would love to see who you think. And oh my goodness me, I thought Simon lost it there. It looked like he spun out, but he's just about kept it. I'm pretty sure that was a bit of a tank slapper for the Vega Sport car. And now it looks like Jap's lost a bit of the run. And is that Simon now looking to see if he can make a move? Is it going to happen? Jap looks for a defensive line. And once again, Simon has a look to see if he can make a move for second, and Jap has to think the better of it, but Simon's still right. Oh my goodness, this is going to go both ways. This is going to go either way at the moment. The Vega Sport of Simon right on the tail end of the Sony GP, but they both keep it clean, and this is beautiful. This is what you want to see. This is what you want to see.
I do think Jap's just enjoying it now. He may as well just go for a race with his son, because Jorge Caro is romping away with this one.
Absolutely.
We have race 2 with the reverse grid to come.
Yes, exactly. We have got the reverse grid, and I think now is the perfect time to reveal what the reverse grid will be. It will be again. It will be seven places, which means that Evan once again starts on pole for round 2. And I remember last race he said he didn't want to start on pole. It's happened again, and honestly, if anyone wants to come at me with rigging allegations, I have to choose the number before we even start the practice server. So, you know, don't come at me and say anything. However, yes, it will mean that Evan Party will start on pole position for race 2 of round 3. And Jacob Formy on the second place position. And Aldrim Kunas, for the first time in a long time, starting in 3rd place in race 2. So hopefully he will try to see if he can use that to his advantage and get some more points after a dismal start to his season. But we're coming around the final few corners here. It looks like Hax has had a bit of an issue. It looks like he's down into 11th, which means that Joshi Mandelbaum up into 8th, Petar in 9th, and Cash Aiello in 10th. And now Hax, all he needs to do is make sure he keeps ahead of Murat.
Oh my god,
Simon Wagenvoort right on the back of the Sony GP car. That was paper thick. Paper thick, I tell you. That was such a small gap. I'm absolutely astounded as to how no contact was made. And now these two are just completely going for an absolute scrap at the moment. They've sort of just said, you know what, Jorge, have the race win, mate. We clearly can't get you. We're going to try get each other now. And Jorge will steam on for what looks to be another win to add to his books. And hopefully another cry at his title hopes. But yeah, Simon so close on the back of a Yap here. It's almost like they're. I wonder what the dynamic is. Are they like chatting to each other while this is all going on, or like?
I can just imagine Jack like shouting it from the other way.
Well, definitely some shouting's gonna happen now because Simon's got a very good run, a lot of slipstream. He's gonna go for the gap. Jap says no, and one more lap is going to take place. It was very close. Jorge, if he was just a few seconds down the road. And Simon spun out! And goodness me, and he needs to get that car back on the track. He needs to get it back on the track. And he needs to just go around and finish this race. Because Ouch is coming. But my goodness me, you know what? He left it until the final lap. And he left it until the final moment to try a move that may risk it. And he went for it, and it didn't stick. And Jap hangs out. But luckily, Simon's going to hold on to the podium here. And wow, honestly, what a show there. I can't lie. That's pretty insane.
That's the only sort of thing you see here at Zandvoort, to be fair. So
genuinely, and it's been quite a clean race. I can't lie. But we're coming around to the final few corners here. It's not been a Dutch win for race 1. It has been. It has gone the way of Blue Ridge, and this is not Evan's win this time. It is Jorge Caro is going to storm up to the start-finish line. Do not count him out just yet. He may be have a sizable margin behind P1 in the championship, but he is on the task of whittling it down, and that starts with a win here at Zandvoort. Jaap Wagenvoort finishes second after an immense defense against his own son. Simon Wagenvoort gets a podium here in front of the home crowds, and Auj Rimkunas comes round for his first strong result of the season. Do not count him out either. We're only on round 3, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob Formey, meanwhile, defends from Ryan Hawk to finish P5. Ryan Hawk in P6. Evan Pardy comes round, and he will claim the reverse grid pole in P7. And Joshi Mandelbaum with a strong finish in P8. Petar Prentic, after the calamity that happened at in lap 1, finishes P9. And Cash Aiello secures some more points for SRT. Hax Fatash, after he had a decent run of performance, but I think a mistake at the end has cost him dearly, and he finishes just outside of the points in P11. And Murat Goodman, not the start he would have wanted with Aaron Dini Air Dong Group. He finishes in P12.
Bit of a lackluster debut for Aaron.
Yes, but we do have a race too, so I will remind you to keep an eye on that. But yes, fantastic.
Very good race.
Wow, fantastic. Solid drive. And you know what? Genuinely, I'm pretty happy with that race. That was quite fun. Quite fun to watch. Definitely indeed.
Would you like me to tell the people what the reverse order is in the server?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that can be done.
The safety car himself is speaking in chat and saying thank you for keeping it clean. Jap is asking Simon for a setup, so clearly not much. There's not been much correlation.
No, I reckon they've gone their separate ways.
Yeah, I mean there was a lot of rumors sort of regarding and Elliot, if you can drive, then go for it.
He's in a lake.
He is in a lake?
Yeah, he spawned in a lake.
Yeah, that's usually what happens when you sort of join the server a bit late. I don't really know why that's an issue, but
I've just got word from Murat Goodman.
And the whole server is what the heck again?
What?
Really?
Fuck? Again? Is it the reverse order that's crashing the server? Do you reckon?
Do you think so? Because
it must be. It's just killed the entire server.
Right, we're gonna quickly just go. We're gonna quick. I don't wanna. I don't wanna point any fingers, but I do think Elliot constantly rejoining has kind of killed the server.
Yes.
So anyway, we've got the order here. I'm gonna quickly just take a screenshot before it boots me out as well. And then it was Hax and Murat in second in 11th and 12th. Okay. I'm gonna quickly just drop a message in the Discord. We're gonna get the starting screen back on, and I'm gonna keep my mic unmuted so that people know what's going on. But yeah, we will be starting soon. So just give me a second.
Yeah.
I don't know why this is happening.
And for the stream, I've just received word from my own driver that that was the worst race ever, and apparently he was opening Medal, the clipping software, he was opening Medal before the race, and it opened mid corner. So he had a bit of an accident, but
yeah, that's pretty unfortunate.
Quite unlucky.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's fix this grid up. But yeah, people in the chat, make sure to give us your thoughts on that first race. Surprising, like genuinely very clean. I'm really surprised. Like I think on a whole the league standard is starting to get really good, and it does warm my heart to see. So yeah, I think it's only just a matter of time until that is communicated in the rest of the field. But yeah, let's quickly just 15, 16, 17. And then I've got the race order here, and it'll be the top 7 getting reversed. So let's do that. Top 7. So that means it will be Evan. I need to get rid of the cars that aren't racing, just so I'm not confusing myself. Rainbow isn't here. Jared Clean isn't here. Carol Drods has left. I'll leave his car if he wants to rejoin. Evan's here, Jorge's here, Elliot's here, Simon's here, Jap's here, Murat's here, Dan's not here, Alge is here, Jacob is here. Okay, so let me get this sorted. So, Joshy's going to start 8th, Petar is going to start 9th, Ryan is going to start 2nd, Hax is going to start 11th, Cash is going to start 10th, Carol is going to start 13th, Evan is going to start 1st, Jorge is going to start 7th, Elliot is 14th to join, Simon is going to be... Where's Simon going to be? Simon's going to be 5th. Jap, meanwhile, is going to be 6th. Murat is going to be 12th. Ouch is going to be... Ouch is just going to remain in 4th. And Jacob is going to be in 3rd. Not bad. Okay. I think that's everything. I'm going to quickly just save the race. Have a look at the order. Which means Evan, Brian, Jacob, Ouch, Simon, Jap, Jorge. Yeah, so Jorge, Jap, Simon, Ouch, Jacob, Brian, Evan. Nice. And that means Joshi, Petar, Cash, Ax, Murat, Carol, Elliot. Cool. Okay. That should be us. Good to go. Let me just quickly get qualifying off. I'm going to add an extra minute. Okay, cool. Turn off practice. Save race. Okay, we should be good to rejoin. I have pinged the masses. So Luckers, try rejoin as well. And I can't hear anything. So usually this happens, I don't know why. Yeah, I can hear you now. I don't know why. Sometimes my like audio is not.
People are joining up.
Look how many people are joining up. Joining up.
Joining up.
Joining up.
Joining up.
Joining up.
Joining up. See,
Joining up. Joining up. Joining up. Elliot, I've given you a grid slot, bro. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know.
It must be his side.
I've changed yours. I know Ryan had the same issue. If you ask him, it might. And I didn't change anything. Doruk Meyer says beautiful song. Thank you. For anyone wondering what the score is, this is the official AFO score. Which is genuinely beautiful. Like we have an intro, we have a starting soon song, we have the intro song, we have the race rundown song. Like it's all beautiful. It works together, and if you're a big fan of it, you'll be glad to know we're keeping it for the foreseeable future. So yeah, but we are just loading into the server now, and then the race will get underway. So yeah. Get ready, get excited.
Get ready. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble.
Looks like everyone's on. Just barring me, I think. So I should get.
Yep, safety car is here. So you.
my favourite driver, safety car. My favorite.
The Team Huracan Performante. The day we have to deploy the safety car. Not sure.
There will be a day. Do you know that meme of like the sort of the golem in your Clash deck, sort of like pocket golem? Or am I just sort of speaking to myself on that? Hello. Where's Luckers gone? He's just stopped speaking to me. Did I offend you with my...
My PC has just crashed, so I'll be 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. that should be fine.
I'll be 2 minutes, and Murat's just messaged me. He's got nothing to lose, so I'm assuming we're going to see a bit of a suicide on this race. 1 second.
Yeah, Elliot, you do have about a minute and a half, so I would just be quick, is what I would say. But yeah, so for everyone joining us again, let me just quickly set the scene for you. It is the race 2. In case you didn't already know that, let me just transition over. Okay, so in case you didn't know what we're doing right now, we are here for race 2 at Wagenvoort, and all that's changed is the top 7 have reversed. So as one Blue Ridge slots down to 7th, the other one is now up in 1st. And Evan has quite literally got himself another freebie in the sense of a pole position that he could try use to see if he can get a win and try and gain some more ground on Jap, who is currently sat in 7th at the moment for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. It should be the other way around. I'm not entirely sure what's happened. Oh, it's because the safety car's up here. Never mind. So yeah, Jap is in 7th, and the race is now about to begin. So, everyone, get your predictions in the chat. Get your thoughts. Send your prayers to your favorite driver, because it is going to be lights out, and away we go. For Evan Party, it's a good start, but Ryan Hawk might have something to say about it. Down we go into the first corner, and Ryan Hawk looks to see if he can take the lead. It's a good move, and the KV Motorsports car gets out into first. A fantastic start from the boys in yellow, and it looks to be finally a Hail Mary for all the bad luck that Ryan has faced this season. Out he goes into first, followed by Evan Party, Jacob Formy and Alsrim Kunas, the 2 OFBs side by side. One of them will have to back out. This is very, very dangerous for the 2 OFP drivers, but they're keeping it going. Alsrim Kunas makes sure he doesn't want to give the position to his teammates, and Jacob Formy is going to have to take the barrier, and the 2 teammates collide. Jacob Formy goes off into the gravel, and Auge is now up into 3rd. He escapes the brunt of that collision, but it means that down Jacob for me goes. And is that going to cause some conversations? Is that going to cause some arguments? We're yet to, time will tell. Meanwhile, Simon Wagenvoort trying to see if he can keep Jorge behind, but Jorge gets ahead of Simon, and now up he goes into fourth, and now Jap and Simon have a monumental task ahead of them. They not only have to get ahead of Jorge, they have to get ahead of Auge, they have to get ahead of Evan, and then they also have to get ahead of the fastest man on track, and that is Ryan Hawk. What an insane start to this race too, as the Tiger Sport driver Hax Fatash retires.
Round.
Who? And Jap's gone round. What's happened there? What has happened there?
Looks to me like him and Petar Prentić came together and then he just got collected by one of the OFBs, and Jap has lost loads of time.
And once again, race 2 not going well for Jap, and it's completely shot him in the foot. And it's just going to be damage limitation from now on. It just seems to be that, and he needs to be patient here. I'm not sure if this is the move to be making on Jacob for me, because he himself has just been taken out, and I'm not sure he's going to be racing with the right mindset at the moment. He needs to be careful, Jap, otherwise he might suffer another collision. But that will be looked into by the stewards. Petar Prentić may be escaping the brunt of that, but penalties will be applying. But yeah, so Petar again conforming to the curse that is the KV. One of the KV cars has to be doing badly in order for the other one to be doing well. But yeah, take it away, Luckers. What do you think of that start? Because it's like completely different to how we saw race 1. Actually, you've got a completely new order.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see much of it because I joined a bit late, but yeah, I mean, from what I could see, that looked to be quite entertaining. But Jorge Caro is now defending from Simon Wagenvoort down to turn 1. Simon Wagenvoort goes around the outside. Jorge Caro will have the inside line, but here comes Simon just...
Oh, no! And he might be out, and that is a DNF! That's a DNF! Oh my goodness me! And we were talking about that, and we were saying that if you go over the barrier, that is a DNF, and he's out. It seems to be that Simon can never have a good race too, and this is yet another curse for Simon. And that is an awful shame. That's an awfully bad shame, and I think he's going to be out of the points as well because Joshi is going to take that position away. That is awful for Simon. I do feel for him. I mean, okay, hold on a minute. I might have spoke a bit too soon. He's back on the track. He's in 10th. So he's somehow I've clearly missed it because he somehow got himself back onto the track. So fair play.
He got sent back to the pits and then he came back out. So I did think you mentioned he was allowed to do that. So.
Well, I did say you will probably be a lap down when that happens, but it looks to be that he's not a lap down. So I think he should be fine to continue.
Yeah.
But yeah. And considering the fact that, you know, I'm assuming any other retirements, we'll let them slide.
Yeah.
Because that would be a bit unfair. But yeah. Yeah, anyway, goodness me, what on earth is happening out in front? Ryan Hawk currently at the moment trying to see if he can secure the KV's first ever win, which would be insane considering where he was last season, you know. He trusted in the project, he trusted in the team, and right now he has got only himself to trust at the moment, as Petar doesn't seem to be really in the battle. He's currently fighting with Murat Goodman, who is now making amends on that first thing you were talking about, Dini. That's the medal issue is now no longer in his way, and now he is putting that beautiful car to good use, currently defending from Petar Prentić, who is a proven race winner, by the way. So this is going to be possibly one of the biggest tests for Murat. Who do you have it out for? And I want your most unbiased opinion.
Unbiased opinions, I think Petar's going to take this one, but I did get a DM from Murat before race 2 saying he's got nothing to lose. It's going to be completely elbows out, so we're going to see a big fight from Murat Goodman here, I have no doubt.
No, I am of the opinion it's going to be quite balanced. I think, like you said, Murat works very, very hard, so he's definitely not going to make this fight a difficult one, but as I say that, Petar gets ahead, and he might have to think twice before making another move again. But don't count Murat out, he's right on the back of the KV. Speaking of cars on the back of another KV, Evan Party still in the conversation at the moment for the race win. Orjrum Kunaz, meanwhile, out in 3rd, and Jack Wagenvoort currently in 8th. So another race.
Caro down the inside.
And what is Caro going to make of it? He's going to take the P3, and in front goes Jorge Caro. And my goodness me, it just shows you that the minute the main contenders are swept out of the equation, everyone is fiending for those positions. I've never seen Ryan Hawk drive like this before. I know he's got the pace. I know he's been extremely unlucky, but my goodness me, what was? In other
words, Murat Goodman just took Petr Prentić down the inside of that fast left-hander.
I'm so upset I've missed that move, because that genuinely sounded like it would have been amazing. But let's just keep an eye on these two at the moment, Murat Goodman and Petr Prentić. I mean, I hate to sound like a broken record, but the amount of slack this guy was getting in Season 2 for being a dirty driver, and you just got to look at him now and genuinely applaud the effort. Now, genuinely one of the most promising drivers on the AFO grids, and honestly, it's not even an exaggeration to say that you always had your eye on this guy.
Yep, definitely. Not to say I look at kids, but yeah, I have my eye on Murat for a while.
in a professional sporting context, I'm sure.
Yes.
But yes. Yeah, well, keep an eye on these two, as will I. But meanwhile, these three at the moment, these four at the moment, currently, it's going to be another fantastic sweep of points for Blue Ridge if they keep this up at the moment. And they are really making use of the fact that the constructors, there really isn't much in it at the moment, in the sense of you've got all the people fighting towards the back, and then you've got the two Blue Ridge cars making sure they keep each other in good contention of points. Now, the question is there going to be a swap? And I think it's a bit ridiculous of me to say that, but Evan at the moment leads Jorge in the driver's standings. However, Jorge has definitely clawed himself back a bit with that race 1 performance in Zandvoort. And I think that's exactly what just happened. A swap, and Evan Party has just given the position to Jorge. And no one is going to convince me that was a very good overtake. Alright? I think it's just a very calculated move. And that unleashes Jorge out in front. So, no team orders here. Evan's clearly not thinking about the championship right now. You probably argue it's too early for the championship debate to come at the moment. Are we going to get Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris sort of situation soon in this season, I wonder? Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Yeah. 8 minutes to go, Lockers. What is your eye on at the moment? Obviously, Murat's still defending the position from KV. We've obviously got the top 4 at the moment glued together. And then the two Wagenvoorts down in P7 and P8. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I'm quite surprised by the Wagenvoorts right now. They are making places up, but yeah, I mean, that incident really did not help Jap at all. I mean, the reverse grid already wasn't in his favour, but yeah, that reverse grid really took him out, as well as that incident at turn 1. But yeah, definitely. I think the top 4 right now is looking very interesting, especially Ordrum Kunas, who is eyeing up Evan Pardy like a hungry rabbit.
Absolutely. Ozrum Kunas genuinely out for blood, to the point where he's even taken his own teammate out of the equation. I'm not sure if that was the wisest move. But obviously, like, you can't really back out, you know? When there's so many cars alongside you, and there's cars in front of you, and there's cars behind you, you can't just, like, decide, oh, yes, I'm going to let my teammate pass. And I think it genuinely was just a moment of, like, unluckiness, and it just happened to be his teammate. But I don't think, either way, that's still not going to go down well with Jacob Formey, who I think clearly did see some potential to maybe fight in the same position that Alge is in right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of fighting position, Murat's now gotten behind Petr, but as I say that, he takes back the position. So this battle is for the ages at the moment. Petr once again looks like he's got the better run down into the corner where infamously George Russell and Lark Leclerc had that incident, and Petr thinks the better of it, and it looks like he just backs out. He sort of saw Murat going for the move there. He didn't want the two of them to collide, so he's backed out the move, and Murat shoots off into 6th again. But something I just noticed, and I don't know if you saw it, Lockers, but Simon Wagenvoort is starting to come into frame here, and these two picking the timings off of each other is allowing the Wagenvoorts to start catching up side by side to go Murat and Petr down into turn 1. A little bit of contact, I think. But they keep it clean, they keep it going, and Petr up into 5th now.
Yeah, I mean, Murat's going to try and keep his elbows out. He's going to make a move, but yeah, I mean, Petr Prentić in clean air is one of the fastest drivers on the grid. Speaking of fastest drivers, Ryan Hawk is down to 4th.
Goodness me, what's happened there?
I'm not sure.
No, I've clearly missed it. I mean, I'll obviously look back on the stream. But Yeah, I think he's just something's clearly happened. Maybe he's been spun out. I'm not entirely sure, but he's lost 3 positions in the blink of an eye, and a lot of time, 7 seconds. So I'm not entirely sure what's happened there, but he's clearly lost a lot to fight for there.
He won't be happy. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely not happy, but I'll tell you what that's opened the door to. I have Blue Ridge 1-2, and this is definitely not what Jaap Wagenvoort wanted at the moment. And this is going to basically allow Jorge and Evan to get right back into the title fight. It's going to be very, very close. But I think, in the sense of a spectator sport context, that's exactly what we want, don't we? We want these lot to fight for the title. We want there to be a competition. Speaking of fight, Murat looks to see if he can maybe make another move. But as I've been speaking, Simon and Jaap are now only 2 seconds off of Murat and Petar. So, Joao, all I can really say is keep an eye on these lot, because I think it's going to get tight very, very soon.
Yeah.
The fight for P4 is going to get... Fight for P5, I mean. Very hectic. Very close. Speaking of hectic and close, Auj is now eyeing up the P2. It could be on. He's on for his first ever podium of the season. And it's crazy for that I'm even saying that, because this guy was up until the season finale in season 2 was the championship leader. A very, very good driver in his own right, and it seems like everything since then has just fell apart for him. But it looks like he's on the path to redemption now. A very, very clean set of racing from Auj, and he's currently on Evan's bum at the moment, and he's going to try to see if he can break up this Blue Ridge 1-2, which I think in a constructors context, every single other team will want, because at the moment this is going to allow them to literally just run away with the trophy. But yeah, speaking of running away with the trophy, there's definitely no running away for Petar. If he looks at his mirrors right now, he's not going to see one, he's going to see 2 cars. Simon's caught up, and if any of these 3 make any mistakes, Jaap is also brewing in the background. He might have a bit of damage, and that's maybe why he's losing pace compared to Simon. But it's getting very, very close out in the battle for P5. Would you like to commentate over this specific battle?
And I'm if we think back to Melbourne, when Murat Goodman had that wonderful battle with Jaap Wagenvoort, he now has to deal with his son. So, yeah, any little mistakes there, Jaap Wagenvoort will absolutely catch that. But Simon Wagenvoort is chasing down Murat Goodman in 6th, Pet Apprentice in 5th, who seems to have good clean air now, getting away from Murat a little bit. But, yeah, Simon is rapidly chasing Murat Goodman down through these quick corners, coming up to the tighter right-hander now. Murat goes on the inside, bit of a tighter line. Good exit from Simon Wagenvoort, catching Murat Goodman very quickly. Simon goes down the inside, Murat defends.
Yeah, keep going, you got this.
Oh, God, my microwave's still on my head. Murat Goodman's down the outside, trying to block off Simon here. Simon in that beautiful Wagenvoort special Volkswagen livery, I must say, quite nice. And Jaap seems to be falling away a little bit, but Murat still holds Simon Wagenvoort for another lap.
Yes, absolutely, and they could be on for a good points finish here for Aaron. Obviously, they keep the points from Fox Esports because the team was sold over to the Aaron group, and therefore that means that they still remain in the team as just a rebranded entry. So another haul of points would be great for Murat, but it's currently under very, very strenuous testing as Simon Wagenvoort tries to see if he can eye a move around the outside, and that is perfect. That is Wagenvoort-esque.
Couldn't have said it better. Wagenvoort-esque.
And up into P6 goes Simon, and I genuinely think you got to keep an eye on this guy. Vegasport, if you're watching this stream, hold on to this guy as hard as you can, because he is definitely going to be the next championship prospect. I have no doubts. He just needs to clean up his issues in race 2, and I think he's up there. He's genuinely up there in terms of maybe not the GOAT debate just yet, but yeah, time will tell. But yes, it seems like the gaps are starting to drop off a wee bit now. Everyone seems to start settling. Simon's round, and I spoke too soon. This is exactly what I meant. He just needs to get ahead of his mistakes, and and a P6 position that was almost written for him with only a minute to go in this race is gone. And now down into P8 goes Simon. And that means that Murat is going to have another chance to fight. And now, are we going to see some more of what we saw in Melbourne? What's going on here? Ryan's in the wall! Ryan's stuck in the wall! What's happened? What has happened? Ryan's stuck in the wall, he can't get out! And through goes Petar, and through is going to go Murat, and through is going to go Jap. And Ryan, who started this race with an absolutely fantastic move for the lead, looks to be out of it. This, I genuinely can't feel any worse. I genuinely can't feel any worse. I don't even know what to say. I think it's a retirement.
Yeah.
I think it is a retirement.
There's not much other words that come out of my mouth, but apart from that, he's got 5 seconds, but that's not going to matter to him. Jorge Caro is coming across the home straight. I don't think he'll get another lap in. He might.
Oh, no, he does. He does get one more lap. And that is true sportsmanship in the finest. He wants to keep this going. He wants to get one more lap under his belt, but he does need to be aware of the fact that Ryan is sat on the hairpin. And I might actually, you know what? I'm going to quickly announce yellows in that corner, because I don't think Ryan isn't moving his car for some reason.
He's very stuck there. It's not quite a safety car, but it's definitely a yellow flag in that sort of sector 1. Yeah, Ryan is stuck.
And I think this will probably neutralize the race.
It's like full course yellows into effect now. Drivers seem to be listening to it.
And it looks to be... Yep, and it looks like Ryan has moved himself off the track. I should have probably called that a bit quicker, and that is probably on me, but the good thing is nothing's happened, and the drivers can resume racing. But nothing, absolutely nothing has got in the way of Jorge. This man, he's capitalized on the one thing I said in the driver's briefing today. Drive your own race, and the positions will follow. And Petar's disconnected. What's happened? What is happening to KV? What is happening to KV as Jorge wins the race? Evan Party's going to finish in second. Ouch in third. And Jap Wagenvoort from the miseries of the KV86 team. Jap is going to finish in fourth. I have no idea why Petar is disconnected. That I don't know. I think I've missed something there, but
I saw it myself when I could explain exactly what happened. It looked to me like I think it was Murat versus Petar versus Jack, and it looked to be like Petar just caught the curb and spun around, and that was clearly the breaking point for him.
Goodness me! And so what? So that is a horrible way for the KVs to end this race. Simon finishes in 6th, Joshi Mandelbaum in 7th, in what is a very, very good finish for the KDR team. And Cash Aiello is coming around to finish in 8th. Trying to maintain the position ahead of Jacob for me. This will be a good haul of points for the SRT team. But wow, genuinely, heart goes out to the KV outfit. Heart goes out, because that must be horrible. That must be horrible to have a car in first and another car climbing its way up the field to end in that fashion. It's heartbreaking, I think, to say the least. But wow, what a way to end this race.
Definitely. I mean, well done to Blue Ridge for that 1-2, but you have to feel for the KV team.
You definitely do. I think Antoine, I think he said it himself in the sense of, you know, F the curse.
Yep.
F the curse. But, you know, it seems to have them at a chokehold. The team which we all had very high hopes for. They showed signs of resurgence in Donington, but they're back to their unlucky ways today in Zandvoort. But yeah, Murat Goodman, P5, and the Murat fan base saying that this move was the best move in his career. So it looks like you've won over the Turks, Luckers. So yeah, but that finishes the race. Jorge wins again. Evan Party in 2, making it a Blue Ridge 1-2. Aldrim Kunaz with his first ever podium of the season. Jack Wagenvoort with a good comeback in P4. Murat Goodman P5 and pressing for Aaron. Simon Wagenvoort in P6. Joshi Mandelbaum P7. Cash Aiello P8. Jacob Formy P9. And then Petar Prentich and Ryan Hawk P11. Haxfatash DNS, Carol Droids didn't start, and Elliot Vega did not start. Wow. Wow! Wow! I was about to say the same thing. I'm very interested to hear the interviews. I want to keep them brief because I want to hear a lot. But my goodness me! But let's start that. Let's pull into the driver's briefing. Oh, this interesting music. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Oh my goodness. What a race. What a race. What a showdown. Such amazing results for some. Such unlucky endings for others. But that is AFO, innit? That's why we're here. Some people, sometimes it's just not your piece of the pie. And, you know, yeah, I think that's a really interesting way to end off the triple header. We're getting people filing in now. We're going to start off with... I think it'll be interesting to get Petar's opinions. Actually, you know what, Jorge, because he's won both races. We'll speak to him first. Let's get Jorge up, and then we'll see what on earth happens with the KVs.
Hello,
Jorge. How are you?
Oh, fucking fantastic! Finally.
Absolutely fantastic. You told us this time last week that you hope you win the next 2 races. You told us that after what was probably a very poor performance, in your own words, in Donington. Now, having won both races, how do you feel? And talk us through it.
I feel great because last weekend, I felt okay with the car, but suddenly it didn't feel the same as I was practicing. So it was a weekend to forget. But as I'm saying, to forget that, now I come here, I start working on the car, I get close to jab times, and I just did it perfectly, in my opinion. I just drove carefully, didn't take too much risk, I just managed to get jab behind. And in the second race, I was lucky also because I didn't get into any crash, and the rest is history. I'm so much happy now.
That's fantastic. I'm happy to hear that. And obviously, Blue Ridge 1-2. The team looking very strong in the Constructors' Championship. How does this sort of set the tone going forwards? Obviously, Jap came back through the field and he was on. He didn't really lose too much momentum, but you gained points today. Do you think that's? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you want to say that's how you want to keep things going forward.
Of course, like first, congrats to Evan. He did a great race. We've finished 1-2. We are getting a whole lot of points, and that's fantastic. And also, I'm happy because, okay, I'm pretty far from Jap, but I'm doing as much as I can, like maximum. So if I can keep this way, who knows? It's going to be difficult, but not impossible.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Jorge. Enjoy both the wins. We'll try to get these points out to you soon, so we know exactly what the gap is. Because I'm quite interested in finding that out as well. And yeah,
Thank you.
thank
Vamos,
you.
Blue Ridge. Let's go.
Thank you, buddy. Cool. All right, Luckers. Who next?
I would love to speak to Pet Apprentice.
Cool.
Myself.
The KV team has asked that we bring all of them up, so
Okay.
let's do that.
And let's keep it respectful, guys. We're still live.
Yeah, I don't want to get demonetized, guys. Not that we make any money anyway, but like if we do in the future, I'd love to get some commission. But okay, let me bring these lot up. Antoine, yeah, you can do that.
Right, is that both of them?
I think that is. You need to get who is it? Antoine,
Ryan,
Petar,
you're missing Ryan.
and Ryan.
Oh,
Yeah, Ryan. I mean, Ryan needs to put his hand up, but yeah.
Come on, Ryan. I know you want to speak.
Yeah, he said that I'll be up.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Cool. So, I'd like to start obviously, this would explain a lot for other people as well. Ryan, with your little incident on the last couple of minutes in race 2, tell us a bit what happened with you ended up being stuck in the wall at turn 3.
Yeah, absolutely no words, man. It's just the lack of the quality in the track mod. To be honest, I kind of lost the car in the banking, and it set me off track. And I slightly hit the wall, and my car is just stuck there, which is just unbelievable. And I'm just really frustrated about it, and I just have no other words for it.
Yeah, obviously not what you want, but that was what caused the full course yellows.
Yeah, but once again, also at the chicane, I understand that I lost control of the car, and I slightly tapped the wall, and that set my car flipping. Thank God, like my car, unflipped by itself, but it doesn't matter. I had a DNF anyway, so I'm just really out of words, and I'm just in shock. Like, how can this even happen? And that's basically it. Just a horrible weekend.
Yeah, definitely, and that's quite unfortunate. But next, quickly, Petar, if you are here, hello.
Yeah.
Obviously, you had a bit of a dismal race too. Is that right to say?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to keep everything right here respectful as I can.
Yeah.
But I'm having a fucking meltdown. I don't know if Antoine recorded any of what happened after, because I was screaming on the top of my lungs through my house.
I didn't record.
I am really astonished by how the yellow flags worked this race. I really don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna say it in the one word, that it's complete bullshit. Because you put yellow flag out, and you say to maintain the pace, to keep the places as they were. And I see in my rear view mirror, if you say in yellow flags conditions that you have to maintain the pace, I see in my rear view mirror Murat Goodman and Jaap Wagenvoort racing towards me, and then coming to a halt behind me. And then out of nowhere, I am expecting yellow flags are going to last for about a lap or so. But no, we get up to racing out of nowhere, not even a message to be prepared for green flags. And then Jaap overtakes me. I go full nuts, and I'm not going to lie, I wasn't even thinking of racing cleanly there. I was actually really thinking of just sending it straight into a wall or taking someone out, because this is complete fucking bullshit that happened this race. And I have no words to describe how this race 2 ended, really.
Definitely, and I think Mano would like to say something.
Yeah, so I just want to... I'll take full responsibility for the fact that the full course yellow got kind of fumbled under my call. I think what happened is mainly because I saw the messages in chat and people were saying, like, to call a safety car. But we're getting towards the end of the race, and I don't think that would be maybe the wisest thing to do, because we would just end under safety car. And I don't know if people were going to bunch up in time. Obviously, this isn't a place for me to be talking about the stewarding decisions, but I would say
we'll talk after the race, after the interview.
But I would say that's probably going to fall on me. And I do put my hands up and apologize for that. But yeah.
Yeah, congrats to everyone who raced. Congrats to everyone, and I'm done.
Yeah, congratulations to Jorge for both of the wins. So,
yeah.
So,
okay, appreciate that.
put them back.
We'll chuck them back in. Yeah, I think I'm getting my cheeks slapped after this one, but we'll try to put that aside for the time being, and we will quickly interview some other people. Let's bring up Auge, and then we'll bring up. We'll try run through everyone quite quickly, because everyone apparently wants to say in what happened. So we will get everyone going. But Auge, welcome back to the interview booth. It's been a while. But talk us through your race, your first podium this season, and things finally seem to go your way. So talk us through it. What changed?
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Pretty much, mate. Did you not hit your pit window? Did you not hit your pit button this time? Is that what happened?
Yeah. I didn't hit the pit button, and I was able to finish.
That's good. But yeah, talk us through your race. Did you feel how do you feel the pace was? And yeah, how'd your race 2 go?
I don't know, my pace wasn't good. I had like 1 hour of practice. And yeah, I don't know, I had good battles. I was entertaining the crowd. That's about it.
That's great. And obviously, I think obviously we saw that you got the podium, so that's great. However, one thing I did want to comment on was obviously the contact with your teammate in race 2 right at the start. Obviously, incidents happen, and I think it just happened to be on the other OFB car. But what are your thoughts on that that incident in lap 1?
Yeah, it was just unfortunate. I mean, I was in front for like I think like 2 corners in a row, and like when I was leaving the right-hander, I thought I was looking at my like radar. I thought I was like in front of him already, and then I guess when I started braking, he just maybe clipped me with the front wing or something. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's not good, but yeah, I hope we're gonna be alright.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you guys will talk it out. But thank you very much for your time, and hope to see you. One more thing. It's only round 3. We've got about 12 races left. I know you said you didn't feel like you were really going to be competing for anything this season, but do you think there's maybe something to fight for now?
Not really. I mean, maybe I can finish like third, second sometimes, but yeah, I don't know. I can't do these times they're doing.
That's fair. Well, thank you so much, Ouch, and we will see you after the 1 week break. Thank you. Okay, cool. Well, who do you want to bring up now? Diniton?
You know what? It's biased. I'd say Murad, but I would like to speak to Jap and Simon.
Okay. Let's bring up Jap, and we'll bring up Simon shortly afterwards. Hello, Jap. How are you?
Hey guys, good evening.
Yeah. Talk us through your first race. It seemed like you had quite a good fight with Simon, while having to maintain the gap to Jorge. Almost all 3 of you were sort of glued together in race 1. And then race 2, obviously, it looked like another kerfuffle that sent you and Simon back towards the back of the grids. But you managed to fight up and finish in a decent position. Obviously, things are currently under debate with the terms of the full course yellow procedure. So nothing's final at the moment, but talk us through it. How did you race? How did you find that went?
Yeah, just lost out on Jorge in qualifying. Couldn't just nail my lap, so that was a shame. Race 1 was good, but I was using a too conservative setup on the anti-roll bars, so I was basically understeering every corner. So no oversteering, but I just had no pace, so I tried to attack Jorge, but I had to look at my mirrors all the time to keep Simon behind. So we had a pretty tight moments there. It was really good racing. So yeah, P2 was the maximum in race 1, and then race 2, yeah, was just a big shame. I just heard Peter saying a lot of stuff about the yellow flags, but yeah, he first just crashed me out into going into the turn 1. And that basically messed up my whole race. Car was damaged. We got 6 or 7 cars against me. So that was basically all ruined then. And that was just, yeah, he was really far behind. I don't know what happened there, but I just got crashed in the rear, and that was it basically. And after that, I had a good fight with Jacob, and that was fully on me. I made a mistake there. Was defending like crazy, which he should do, of course. I tried to take him on the outside, but I just went a little bit too wide and lost control for a moment and touched him. So it was completely my fault already. Apologized to him. That was a shame. After that, good battle. And then I completely didn't see the message about the yellow flag. I only saw it when you said, okay, hold positions. And that was the moment that I came at, I just overtook Murad. We had a really good battle there. And then I saw the message, keep your position. Says, oh, okay, let's break. Oh, Murad was also surprised a little bit, but we kept our positions. And then a few seconds later, you said the green flag, and I just floored it and went to the outside of Schijfvlak, which I think was a really good move. But I understand Peter as well, that he thinks, hey, why am I slowing down and not the others? But yeah, that's a bit difficult. I think we should have a system that or automatically slows the cars down, or it should be easier recognized, because now you have to watch the chat. And I was battling Murat and had no way to see it. So maybe that's something to take into account. It wasn't on purpose. I did slow down when I saw the message, keep your position. So yeah, I tried my best there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think the current consensus is we might look into like the positions before, like just while during that yellow was caused, because I think procedure wise it wasn't exactly followed. I might have screwed that up a wee bit. So we'll look into it. We'll try find the fairest outcome, and yeah. But I mean, in terms of the racing side of things, you drove quite a decent race, and I'm sure you can be proud of that. Maybe not the wins that you wanted here at Zandvoort, but a good way to end the triple header, I'm sure. But yeah, thank you so much for your time, Jap. We'll take a break over the next week. Hopefully, get everything well oiled and ready, and we'll come back for round 4 and see you then.
Definitely. See you.
Thank you very much. Cool. We'll bring up Simon now. If you can interview him, Luckers, while I quickly chat with Evan. Thank you kindly. Simon just needs to choose to come up. Yep, there we go.
Hello, Simon.
Hello.
Hello. So, I want to start with race 1. You had quite a good race 1. You were battling with Jap. Up until the last couple of laps where you unfortunately found the wall at turn 1 and then promptly went over the wall and found yourself in a ditch. So talk us through a little bit what happened at that bit.
So in race 1, lost in the first lap, lost the place to I don't know who it was, Ryan, I think.
Yeah.
So I fought Ryan, got to P3, and then close gap to my dad and Jorge. Then very close battle for a numerous amount of laps, and then in the last lap, I on the exit of T1, I just got on the throttle too quickly, and I went into the wall. But luckily, I had a big enough gap to the P4. So there was just some damage on the front wing. And then race 2, starting P5, I, from experience of Donington and etc., I did expect some chaos, because the last races from race 2 didn't go very well. So it just didn't go well. I crashed numerous of times. I can't remember with whom or where, but at some point I spun around and my front wing got damaged. And then the full course yellow. I won't go too deep into that, because that will already already been done. But that can also happen, you know. First full course yellow. It was a bit unlucky, but for a pretty fine race, got some decent points for the constructors.
Yeah, definitely, and I'll speak about that in a second. But firstly, yeah, we will revise the full course yellows for next race. Don't you worry. And yeah, little quick one. Obviously, the Vega Sport special livery, the Volkswagen today. Little personal question. How did you find the car today? Because you seem to be on good pace all weekend. So
yeah, I got the base setup from Elliot, and I just kept on developing. Found out that Elliot and myself have very different driving styles. And in Donington and Australia, we didn't know that yet. So we both drove with a car that wasn't optimal for both of us. So I took action and developed the setup to my own liking, and I got a bit more performance out of the car.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much for speaking to us, Mr. Wagenvoort. So, yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you very much. Mana countdown.
Yeah, well, we'll speak to Murat now.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I've been waiting for this.
It's going to be a beautiful reunion, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Hello, hello.
Murat, how are you?
Hello. I am so good, and I am so happy with my position race 2.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I think it's only fair I let João interview you here. So,
Oh my
João, you
God.
can take it away.
But the pleasure is mine, thank you. So Murat, race 1, that wasn't very good.
I don't want to talk about the race
Okay.
1.
Okay.
I finished last. It's the worst race my ever. Let's talk about race 2.
Yes.
It was very good, but the full yellow course, Jab overtook me on the under the yellow flags. I don't know if he gets a penalty or what, but he overtook me. I don't know.
Well, at the moment, and I'm going to quickly just interrupt, it is looking more likely that we will probably just take positions while the cars were under full course yellow. That's not confirmed, and I probably need to speak with the rest of the stewarding team. But because there was no warning as to when the green was going to go off, I think that's the fairest outcome. But I obviously need to speak with everyone else on that. So, but yeah, so just take that in mind. But yeah, still, I mean, amazing race for you, Murat. But yeah.
Race 2 is amazing. My best position ever.
Race 2, amazing. Incredible race 2 for you.
Very amazing. Very
Amazing.
debut for the team. The new team. I'm so proud of that.
So proud. I'm very proud of you, Murat. Very, very good race 2. P4, P5 around there. So
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Yes. Murat, obviously, a big talking point was you leaving CHP this week to join Aeron. That was quite a big headline, if I do say so myself. And at times, I didn't really understand why the move was made, but people are starting to say it was a good choice. So if you're able to give us a bit of context into how that all went down, it'd be great.
I can say on CHP, on the team or the drivers, and nobody's like this league. And I mean, caring about this league. I am writing a message, let's practice, but they don't answering me. And but I don't like this, and I lived. And Joe sent me a message. Are you happy at CHP? I said no, and I resigned with the team, joined the Aeron. And I'm so proud of that.
Yeah, well, it looks to be the right move because it looks like you're at home now, mate, and I'm excited to see what you do. Obviously, with Dan, who was unable to make it this week, but I'm sure you'll be there for the next race. So yeah, no, I'm super happy for you, mate, and keep up the good work.
Okay.
Great, thank you so much, Murat. Have a good day.
You too, guys.
Thank you. Okay, we've got same. Right, we've got we've got like 3 more interviews, I think, and then we'll wrap it up there. So we'll first up bring up Joshi, who had a very good result for KDR in race 2.
Hey guys.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. A bit disappointed though. A bit of an unlucky session in race 1 as well as 2. Of course, like Murat said, I don't want to talk about the race 1 incident. After that, it was a pretty calm race for me. Actually, was pretty happy with my pace. I knew I couldn't contend with the top pack, but I was still doing consistent times that were good in my book, which made me get P8, which was pretty good. I was very unlucky that the reverse grid was the reverse 7. Barely missed out, but it happens. Race 2, good start, but I was also affected by the Peter incident. I tried to dodge it, but my tires locked up, so I also went off. Happens, but I also recovered back to P8. Had a funny incident with Simon because I had the wrong HUD preset. actually on, so I didn't actually get the naughty for the full course yellow, which made me close up to Simon a lot and actually overtake him. We'll need to look into that, how we're gonna deal with that. I already apologized to him, but he got the position back. Because we had a very, very intense fight that lap for the position. Very sad that it wasn't seen on stream. Yeah, but still happy with the results. Good points for KDR. Hope to continue for the rest of the season like that, getting points. Sadly, I won't make it to the next race, but I think we'll get a reserve there. And after that, I'll be back. So yeah, I'm confident we'll keep getting points this season. Maybe get a podium. That's my wish for the season. Get a podium, but we'll see.
Fair. Well, thank you so much, Joshi. Keep your head up. Eventually, one of these reverse grids are going to go your way, I reckon. So it's only a matter of time. So just keep at it, and it will go well.
Thank you.
But thank you so much. Have a good time off, and we'll see you back for round 5. I think it is then. In that case.
Yeah.
Thank you. See you.
That.
Great. Well, that means we've only got Cash, and then we'll speak to Hacks, and then we'll call it there. I'd love to bring Elliot up, but Elliot didn't race. So, did I not interview Evan? I'm so sorry. Right, we'll bring Evan up afterwards. Save the best for last. But Cash, talk to us, mate. How are you?
Pretty good. How about you?
Yeah, good. We saw you get, I think it was 2 points finishes, no? So
yeah, 2 points finishes, P10 and P8.
Very good. So you're starting to go up and upwards. Obviously, still no teammate at the moment, but I'm sure that'll get arranged soon. But yeah, talk to us about it. Talk us through your race. How'd it go?
Definitely need some new pants after race 1 because Hacks spun out. I think it was turn 5, and I almost hit him. I'm like, oh, you should see the clip. I was scared for my life. But in race 2, I think it was like lap 2 maybe. Jap and a few other people spun, and I was like right in it. I had nowhere to go. So if I hit any of you guys, I'm sorry. But in all seriousness, Jared could have showed up, but he had a headache this morning, and he literally could not race for the life of him because no method of like getting it away was working. So other than that, I actually did have a pretty good race.
That's good to hear. And obviously, just talk us through like generally like your 3 points. Sorry, not 3 points. 3 races into the season now. Obviously, 9 races to go. But do you think this is starting to be more of where you sort of come into power, just sort of like trying to pick up the points here and there, or do you think eventually you can find some more pace in the SRT?
I mean, if I can get enough practice and develop the setup the way that I am more comfortable with my driving style, I think I could definitely get up as a front, like in the midfield or like front. But for right now, I didn't really have much time to practice for Wagenvoort because I had to go out with my friend last night, so I never had time to practice then. And then this morning I had a tournament a half hour away from my house, and I just barely made it to the driver's briefing. So to have not a lot of practice, I mean, it's good results for me, but I definitely think that if I can get some more pace, I can get a lot more points and hopefully get a good spot in the standings.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Cash. We'll catch you later. Obviously, you've got a week off, so we'll catch you in 2 weeks' time, and we'll see you then.
See ya.
Thank you very much. And last but not least, I mean, obviously we've got. I'll tell you what, we'll do Evan, and then we'll we'll do Hacks first, and then we'll do Evan after.
Bring him up to your bedroom, man.
I don't know why he's still sat
Hi
here.
guys.
You could just walk into my room and give this interview, but fair enough. Okay, right. Well, talk to us about your race. We saw some good promise in race 1. You were keeping on the back of Evan Party, which is not something a lot of people can say. And then race 2, I think you just fluffed it and left. So tell us what happened.
So race 1's actually really good. At the start, I made up like 4 positions, and then I think there was some technical issue with Murat, and there was a big crash at the back. I'm gonna have to look at the clip after, but yeah, after that, I just hung on to my position and just let people crash in front of me. It was like Petar, there's like 2 other cars, and then I was eventually at the back of Evan, whatever. After he spun from his fight, blah blah blah. And then I kept on to him. He went into the gravel again. Well, no, our fight wasn't really a fight. I just let him pass because I knew he was like 3 times faster than me. Just need to give the respect to him. So, and then he went off into the gravel again, and you guys didn't catch that. And I let him pass again. But then I went spinning into like the high fast corner, the fast corner. Yeah, spun there, and I almost got taken out by like 3 cars, but I kept on the grass. So yeah, that's what happened.
Cool. I mean, this is quite a technically challenging track. I think you can agree. So, to stay relatively on pace, I'm sure that was a plus point for you. Obviously, next up is Hungaroring. Will we see you there? Do you think are you going to try and get on the grids, or is this the last time we're going to see you?
No, I'll probably come back for next week. It just depends on how fast I am. But I think I could get some points next race if I'm racing next weekend. So
fantastic. Well, we'll see you then, mate. Thank you very much, and we will catch you later.
Thank you.
Goodbye. And now, last but not least, Mr. Evan Forry.
Hello.
Hello, Evan. Now, mate, noise suppression, bro. Does it not exist?
Yeah, it's gonna come on. Give me a second.
My goodness me.
Hopefully I can fix this real quick.
Okay,
right. Should be good now. Should be good now.
Okay, good. All right. Well, we'll obviously kick it off with the team as a whole. Blue Ridge probably having their most successful weekend to date. This weekend.
Yeah,
obviously
we actually tallied up the points already, like pre-penalties, because we don't know exactly, but this exactly equals our Australia points haul of 64 points. If everything goes the way it finished in the race, should be that way. So yeah, we got the 1-2, first 1-2 for Blue Ridge. Very happy about that. And yeah, it was a poor race 1 for me. I put on 2-2 wings. Should have put on 3-3. It was a weird strategy for me. I tried to put that on so that I'd have a higher top speed on the straight, because in practice I was getting like 6 kilometers more on the straight. Did not work out in the race. I was getting like no speed whatsoever. So yeah, and I was just pushing too hard and wrecked it a few times. But race two was pretty optimal. Really unfortunate what happened to Ryan. I would have loved to fight him, but the wall just had other plans for Ryan, so really sucked. But yeah, all in all, very good.
Yeah, for sure. And I think obviously, like we're debating, it's looking like we're probably going to take the results from during when this full course yellow was called. That obviously doesn't affect your finishing position. So
yeah,
and we obviously we did me and Joe we caught that multi 21 swap that you and Jorge did. All right, no one's convincing me that was an overtake. So what is the team dynamic going into the next couple of races? Is the full priority on the team? And when are you guys going to start thinking about the title? Because you are still in contention for that. I hope you haven't forgotten.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten, no, but I value the team more, because when the team wins, I win. So I mean, when I know Jorge is faster than me, I'm not gonna battle him. I was behind Ryan, just barely sticking on his rear for those laps, just waiting for Jorge to come up with the cavalry, and he certainly did. I just slowed down, and I was like, okay, I'll just slow down, let him by, and hopefully hold up Auge so he doesn't get ahead of us. Optimal result was the P2 for me, I think, going into it, and I got the P2. So 1-2 for Blue Ridge worked out perfectly, I think, and we got the maximum points because of that swap. So it was pretty good.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Evan. I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys do. Obviously, take the 1 week off. Enjoy.
Yeah.
We will see you. We will see you in Hungary in 2 weeks' time.
Can't wait. See ya.
See ya. And that rounds off a fantastic, obviously slightly questionable, but I think we've remedied the solution of how to sort of sort that, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, obviously to everyone, all the drivers, apologies for how that full course yellow was called. We'll regroup, we'll discuss, and as things stand, I am probably going to take results as soon as the FCY was called, which means that nobody's losing positions as a result of the mishaps from the management today. So please don't worry. Please accept my humble apology. But overall, genuinely, plus points, Zhao. The racing is getting cleaner. Very, very clean. Honestly. The 107, and that is the result of the stewards and the strike system. That all gets credited to you guys. So thank you so much for that work. We're bringing together AFO. We're making it better. And I can't wait to see what happens when we come back in 2 weeks' time for Hungary. But until then, thank you so much. If you're interested in the action, please do join the Discord. I promise we won't torture you. And we will see you next time. Goodbye.